Alright folks, you might have seen the video that we did about the stone wall that we replaced the railroad ties with. So we got rid of all the railroad ties close to the house, trying to prevent termites, trying to prevent bugs of all kinds. But getting rid of those railroad ties was very important to us. We wanted to get rid of that sort of the toxicity, the creosote soaked railroad ties, get them out of here. Plus they were, in their decayed fashion, they were a bit of an attractant to bugs of different kinds. We did that rock wall just out of stone blocks, 16 by 8 by 8. So we're going to continue that in a little bit different fashion down the carport side of things. When we replaced the railroad ties, we put large river rock in there and then just sort of let the small river rock backfill. So we're going to pull all that out. And then we're going to drop some angular, either 57 or 67 rock, I'm not sure yet, down in there as a base. This time we're going to lay them down flat instead of upright, but we're still going to backfill with a little concrete just for stability, and then pull that river rock, and on top of it the little river rock. Let's get started. So here's the 16 by 8 by 8s we're going to use, and this is where they're going to go, right down here. So we're going to take all these out, pull the little river rock back, and put those blocks in here. What we're going to do now is give ourselves a little wiggle room, pull the rock back so it doesn't keep falling in the hole before we can come back and clean up the hole and put some concrete in. Here's our previous wall. So we got about 6 inches that we need to be up above the concrete of the platform of the carport. Now the blocks that we bought, they're 8 by 8 by 16, so we're going to embed them 2 inches into the ground, which isn't much, but it'll allow us to match this over here. Alright, we worked into the dark a little bit last night just to get a little bit more done. We got one test block, put down all of our, well not all of our, we put down some of our 67 rock, but we put our test block in, it's too low. We probably could have left in some dirt, but we're just going to backfill with rock anyway, just make it more stable. So we're going to take that out, we're going to put in more rock the entire way, and we're going to raise that up. So I'm happy with it where it is. We're actually midway, so that's 8, so it's about 4 inches down and 4 inches up. One thing I discovered last night was there's actually a lip on this concrete. We got a little sidewalk pathway here, and when the concrete was formed, there's a little lip I've debated taking that out with a chisel, although I'm afraid it might damage the actual pathway sidewalk here. So I'm thinking maybe don't chisel it out. We're just going to put the block in, leave a gap, and come back and fill that gap with concrete to join one to the other, sort of a gap filler. I realized that we can avoid the lip on the other concrete if we do the 6 above, 2 below method right here. So we're going to be below this carport concrete by 2 inches. It may not look like it from here, but it is. And then 6 inches above, and we'll meet the other wall, which is 6 inches above also.
While the dew is still on roses, walks with me and he talks with me and he tells.
All right, I got this first block leveled. We're about 5 3/4 due to me standing on it and leveling it, but you know, we're gonna by the time we get to the other end, 5 3/4 will become 6, no big deal. We got about 20 feet, or let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. If I count that right, we got 17 more blocks to go, so we can go from 5 3/4 to 6. So I use the torpedo level to level it in both ends in 2 directions, and everything's looking good. So let's get started on the next blocks. Okay, you can see the first 5 of our work. It's almost a full bag of concrete behind it. 2 gallons of water is what I put. We're gonna come back later. It's about 100 degrees today, so we're gonna let this dry, and we'll come back later when it's a little bit cooler and do more of these blocks. But we got us a good start. 5 8x8x16s, almost a full bag of concrete behind that to stabilize it and provide some back pressure, back weight on that. Once it's dry, we can start to push the river rock back on top, and we'll continue putting our blocks in all the way down. We have 13 more blocks to go, plus one that we might have to chisel to get it in the corner there. So we got a little bit ahead of us to keep on going. This is just part one. We'll have part two, maybe part three, and we'll have all of this done all along. We'll join up with the existing wall over there that we did before. Go back and check out that video here if you haven't seen that video. We replaced railroad ties before with more of a vertical wall than this horizontal wall, and it was using the same technique. So if you want to see how we did that, go back and check that out. But we'll be back here, we'll put some more gravel down, we'll get these blocks going, and we'll get part two going all the way to the end here. We'll see you next time on Homestead, y'all.